Hi students, today's lesson is going to be over types of mortgages. Mortgages for most people are the greatest financial obligation of their lives. There are several types of mortgages. Depending on the loan, a homeowner will make monthly payments for many years. The monthly payments on a mortgage are set at a level that allows amortization of the loan. The amortization is a reduction of a loan balance through payments made over a period of time. So the balance is reduced every time you make a payment. The amount of your payment is applied first to the interest owed and then to the principal, which is the original amount you borrowed. In the first years of a loan, only a small part of each monthly payment goes to reduce the principal. Most goes towards paying off the interest. Near the end of the loan period, almost all of each payment goes towards reducing the principal. So paying just a little extra each month applies directly to the principal and will save interest charges over the long run. Let's check that out in an example. So yesterday we used this same calculator. So let's go ahead and put our $200,000 as our example. 30-year mortgage. We said 5% interest yesterday. Let's calculate it. You can show your schedule. And when you show the schedule, it will show you how much of each payment each month for 30 years goes towards principal and interest. Your total payment the very first month is $1,073. Only $240 of that is going towards principal. $833 is going towards interest. And you can see the balance on this column. I would highly suggest to scroll through one example just to see how it changes over time. As you can see, even just me scrolling, that the amount of principal continues to get higher and the applied interest continues to get lower over time. There are different types of mortgages, and let's go through those real quick. A fixed rate mortgage is sometimes called a conventional mortgage. It's a mortgage with a fixed interest rate and a fixed schedule of payments. A fixed rate is an interest rate that does not change. So if you have a 5% loan, it's granted, the homeowner will continue to pay 5% through the life of the loan, even if interest rates for new loans rises. Conventional mortgages typically run for a period of 15, 20, or 30 years, and it always offers peace of mind because the monthly payments always remain the same. There's also what's called an ARM, adjustable rate mortgage. These are known as variable payment mortgage. It's a mortgage with an interest rate that increases or decreases during the life of the loan. The rate changes according to the economic indicators, such as maybe a U.S. Treasury securities, Federal Home Loan Bank Board's mortgage rate, index, lender's own cost of funds index. As a result, your loan payments may go up or down. Your rates will change according to the terms of your agreement. Generally, if interest rates decline and stay low, your adjustable rate mortgage will save you money. However, think about on the flip side, if it stays high, it may cost you more and your monthly payments may rise. When evaluating these adjustable rate mortgages, you need to consider several factors, and they are listed on the right-hand side. I suggest pausing this and reading steps 1 through 3. We also have to think about rate caps. Most adjustable rate mortgages have a rate cap, which limits the amount of interest rate can rise or fall. Rate caps generally limit increases or decreases of an interest rate to 1 or 2 percentage points a year, and no more than 5 points over the life of the loan. Some adjustable rate mortgages also carry payment caps, which limit the size of the monthly payment. That may seem like a good protection for the buyer, but it has drawbacks as well. When interest rates rise while monthly payments remain the same, the payments will not cover the interest. The loan balance increases, payments may have to be extended over a longer period of time. You also can do what's called a convertible adjustable rate mortgage. It gives you a permit of the buyer to convert or change their adjustable rate mortgage to a fixed rate. If you decide to make the change, your interest rate typically goes up, and it's typically higher than the current rate for the conventional mortgage. You also have to pay, obviously, conversion fees, so that's not something that you would want to intend on doing. There's also government financing programs. We have both the Federal Housing Administration, FHA loans, and you have Veterans Administration VA loans. Both of these loans guarantees offer lower interest and a lower down payment. These two programs don't actually lend the money. They just help the buyer obtain the loans. There's typically that extra insurance fee that will be added on, just like we talked about yesterday. Home equity loans, which is a loan based on a difference between the current market value of a home and the amount the borrower owes on the mortgage. This is sometimes called a second mortgage. To determine the amount of this type of loan, the financial institution, the bank, will find out the current market value of the home and how much equity is in the property. These loans can provide extra money for all sorts of things: education, home improvements, and other purposes. So second mortgages are one source of extra cash for homeowners. However, taking out that additional loan can keep a homeowner continually in debt. So it's not something I would suggest you do. Finally, many homeowners need extra money or want to reduce their monthly payments, so you sometimes have the option of refinancing, which is obtaining a new mortgage to replace the existing one. Think about if you took out a mortgage with an 11% interest rate and then you saw interest rates had fell to 6%. You could go in, refinance your home, take out a new mortgage at 6%, and you would start over again with your 30-year mortgage. It's not always a good idea. Sometimes homeowners usually have to pay extra fees to do this. Refinancing may also extend the life of your loan. So refinancing is an advantage when the interest rates drop, but they need to drop considerably, or it's probably not worth it. Finally, let's go over closing the transaction. Finally, the seller and the buyer and the lender, the bank, meet at the closing date. Closing involves 3 steps. Usually it's just the legal details related to the purchasing of a home. First, you have the title insurance, the type of insurance that protects the buyer if problems arise. You also have what's called the deed, and it's the official document transferring the ownership that you sign at the closing date. There's an article here that will give you all the fees you can expect at closing. Please click on that link and at least look at the list. Let's quickly talk about the escrow account. After the closing, your lender might require that you deposit your money into an escrow account. This money usually is held by the lender. It's set aside to pay for taxes and insurance. The lender doesn't then have to worry about whether the borrower is paying these obligations over the year because the money's always available. Taxes and insurance, we've talked about property taxes, we've talked about homeowners insurance. Both of these can be paid in increments over time. Each month you can have this be taken out with your mortgage payment, go into the escrow account, so then again you don't have to worry about these at the end of the year. Let's talk about selling a home. The nicer your home looks, the faster it will sell at the price you want. So real estate salespeople recommend that homeowners make needed repairs and paint worn exterior and interior areas when preparing a home for selling. They keep the house clean, keep it bright, keep it airy while prospective buyers are visiting. Make sure the lawn is cut regularly. The payoff will be that you can sell your house really quickly. Choosing a real estate agent is kind of expensive. Think about it again with our $200,000 house. 5 to 7% of that will go towards the closing, the real estate agent fees. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps. If you need to pause it and watch different parts again, you're more than welcome to do that. Thanks again. Have a great day.